All right, guys, 1 minute. Thirty seconds. $15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll it out, guys. Good morning, everybody. Coach Jim here. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Time to rock. Your week started. Oh, it's going to be a good one, guys. It's going to be a fun one. You're going to love it. You're going to love me afterwards. Let's get those legs rolling. We got 5 minutes, nice and easy. We're going to take a long time warming up with this session. Let's get those legs rolling, get the that rust knocked off. You hit that down arrow a little bit to get the legs moving and come back up as we progress into the main set. Do that now. Really light resistance on the pedals, driving those knees. Lower legs relaxed, upper body's relaxed. So we had some amazing results this last weekend. Age group winners at various triathlons. Podiums at Ironman Texas. It's a really, really solid weekend by the crew. We'll go over that at 2 p.m. National champions crowned over in Texas. Tower 26 had a presence on course across the country, across the world this weekend. So awesome work, guys. It takes a village. Show up, you do the work, day after day, week after week, month after month. And the results are evident. PRs at the Ironman distance by 2 hours by some athletes this weekend. That's just not magic. It's not like we're just taking a bunch of EPO and racing. Hey now. Doing the work. Showing up. Making it hurt, recovering. Doing it again the next day. This workout will be no different. So I was thinking about you guys when I was riding. I rode to the pool, coached, rode home last Friday. And on the way home, I was pedaling up PCH and the headwind was brisk, to say the least. Flat road, I was going 9 miles an hour. Barely moving. Mansell, you know what I'm talking about, that PCH headwind, brutal. 9 miles an hour, you know me. I mean, come on, 24 miles an hour soft pedaling for me. Right, Coach Jason? Ha. So as I'm riding up PCH, cars are just flying by me. Alan, unmuting. Dare you unmute during my workout? These cars are whizzing by me. I'm struggling to hold 9 miles an hour. I saw a Ford Pinto. Everybody know a Ford Pinto? Anthony Ross, he's in the car business. You guys know, you know a Ford Pinto, right? You sell them, for Christ's sake. over at Tony's Used Car. Tony's Used Cars in Culver City. Be here all night selling you Ford Pintos. So even the weakest car with the smallest engine flying by me, which made me think about horsepower. And why are we doing these rides? We want to increase our horsepower. So when variables pop up, whether it's wind, hills, undulating terrain, gravel, mountain, trail, we slow down the least because we can keep that power in the legs and persevere through that adversity. Just like a car with internal combustion engine, or now electric engine, SpaceX rocket, a nuclear submarine. All right, spin it out, guys, nice and easy. So our coaches, our whole goal is to increase and to cultivate your ability to sustain horsepower throughout your race without wavering, without backing down because of that adversity. So when you do these, you might want to put your mind on something like that. Like, why am I suffering for over 20 minutes? For what reason? I'm just going to get off and go about the rest of my day. This is garbage. I don't want to put up with this. Think about what we're trying to build. It's that horsepower, your ability to maintain, sustain, and make those gains. So stay on the pedals. Let's build the strength. Let's build the most complete, strongest athlete that we can build by adhering to the protocol of the workout, not skipping out just because it gets tough because you live in a van down by the river. All right, Farley. We're gonna go one-legged pedaling here. We're gonna start with our left foot only. If you haven't done this before, we're gonna unclip your right foot. You're gonna pedal only with your left foot for 1 minute. I'll lead you through it, but you just hold your right foot off to the side. Hunker down in that saddle, drive your knee, relax your lower leg. We're gonna unclip our right foot here in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So you gotta relax the lower leg. Focus on creating momentum from that knee drive. Your weight is back. Not worried about cadence. And if you just cannot do this, or it's click, 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 click around each pedal stroke, hit the down arrow and relieve a little of that pressure until you can do it right. Because all those clicks that you hear are inefficiency. You're pedaling squares, and the transition from quadrant to quadrant is too rigid because your pedal stroke is too tense. You need to relax the pedal stroke, smooth transition, top to down to under to up. We're going to click in our right foot and pedal with both feet in 3, 2, 1. Clip in your right foot, and let's bring that cadence up. Keep focusing on that knee drive, that lower leg relaxation. So a minute's a long time to do these, because as that minute progresses and fatigue mounts, tension builds. No different than race day. As the race progresses, you start to fatigue, tension mounts, you start to compensate, you become more and more inefficient. When that happens, you got to recognize it and relax. Get back to technique. We're going to go right foot only, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Unclip your left foot. Don't worry about cadence. Just worry about creating momentum with that right knee. Knee is cranking straight up and down like a piston of an engine. Nice, smooth, relaxed pedal strokes. And because that ankle is tension-free, it's moving as it should around each pedal stroke. It's not like you're fitting a square peg into a round hole, forcing it to go some way it's not meant to go. The relaxation is allowing it to move as it should. Three, 2, 1. Clipping that left foot. Let's bring the cadence up. Keep on that lower leg relaxation. And don't tense up just because we're adding in that other leg. Focus on that efficiency. It's something we're going to want to focus on as the set progresses. This main set progresses. And the workout gets tougher as we go. And that fatigue mounts. Left foot only. Coming up in 10 seconds. If you're comfortable and you're efficient, you can bring that cadence up a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Unclip your right. Left leg only. If you hear any clicks, that's where you want to relax. Wiggle your toes. Release your calf. Visualize the pedal being attached to your knee. And as that fatigue mounts, recognize it and release it. Good, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Clipping that right foot, both legs together. Bug was annoying me under my trainer. All right, bring that cadence up, drive your knees. 1 to go, right foot only coming up. We got to add in these one-legged pedaling every so often, just to remind us how important that split right down the middle of your body is. Pedaling equally efficient, right leg versus left leg. So if you're noticing one leg is more efficient or less efficient than the other, especially in the main set when the going gets tough, probably good to put a little extra emphasis on that weaker leg. And if it's happening in training, it's happening in racing. All right, right foot only, 5 seconds. Or sorry, 3, 2, 1. Right foot only. Bring that cadence up a little bit if you can. Drive it from the knee. Bring the cadence up. And notice what happens when the cadence comes up. What happens to your efficiency? Do you tense up trying to get there? And if that happens, that's putting a cap on how fast your foot can move. Good, guys. We're looking really stable in the saddle. Nobody's bouncing. Nobody's favoring one leg to the other. You're not leaning into that right leg. That's not what we want. When your hips square to the front. Good weight distribution on that saddle. 3, 2, 1. Clip in your left foot. Last minute here. Let's bring that cadence up. So like I said, when you isolate that one leg and you hear all those clicks, that's happening when you clip it in that other foot. It's just the other foot is spotting it through the pedal stroke. So if you're pedaling with your left foot only and you hear a click at the top of the pedal stroke, when you click in that right foot, that click's still happening. It's just the right foot is helping push the left through that inefficient segment. We don't want that. We want equal efficiency. 3, 2, 1. All right, spin it out easy. I'm sure you guys have all heard of rotor cranks, right? Everybody's heard of rotor? Maybe some athletes newer to the sport may not have. The rotor cranks, they didn't have the spindle attaching the two cranks. They didn't move in unison with each other. They moved separate of each other, right? Extremely hard. Sorry, power cranks, that's right. Didn't rotor have a pair too? It's really hard to figure out the efficiency right leg, left leg, because they weren't helping each other. So that's why I want you visualizing your pedaling. One leg isn't helping the other. They're equally efficient. Maybe I'll just make everybody get power cranks. Sure, Emily had a pair, had a set. Emily challenges herself so much. She's probably still using power cranks. All right, so this workout, we got about a little over 20-minute set. A 22-minute set. So we're gonna visualize climbing, then hanging onto that horsepower as we push over the top and put a big effort getting us back up to speed quickly. So we're going to climb just as we climb a climb, right? You start out controlled, you build as you go. But every few minutes, we're going to put in a big effort. That effort might be to stay with the surge of a group you're with, or to push over the top of a roller. Get that speed back up the race pace speed as opposed to climbing speed as fast as possible. There's several reasons why you'd want to put in a surge throughout the course of a race. So we're going to practice that here. We're going to push big gear at tempo, race pace. As if for climbing, you can sit up. At the lower tempo, you can be in TT position. It's kind of up to you. Then as we push over the top, I want you to get out of the saddle, bring that cadence up and visualize either your group trying to pull away from you and create a break, or you pushing over the top. So let's go 2, 1. We're at 85% cadence in that 60 to 70 range, just like you're climbing. So, whoa, hey, legs, there they are. All right, feel them now. Everybody feel those legs turn on? So give it a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You'll warm into the effort. Don't worry, it's only 85%. But just like that one-legged pedaling, let's visualize that, or let's utilize that efficiency that we just felt. Right leg, left leg pedaling independently of each other. Jason had a great race prep camp up in Morro Bay this last weekend. Awesome work, buddy. The crew had a ton of fun. Getting nothing but awesome feedback. So our new camp director, Jason Smith, everybody. Yeah, you've been appointed. Or anointed, I should say. So we just took off on the climb. You're nice and relaxed. You're still talking to your buddies. Ah, beautiful day. Hey, did I see on your kid on Instagram? Your kid puked 4 times yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, I was just posting pictures, no big deal. You know, small talk. So feel free to talk amongst yourself. Visualize the beginning of a climb. But as we increase intensity, increase horsepower, that talking quiets down real quick. Keep that cadence low, guys. Want to work that strength. It's obviously working with the results our athletes are having week after week. Not necessarily podiums, like I said, PRs, 2-hour PR. But we're doing something right. Strength, technique, efficiency, mindset, nutrition, pacing. All the stuff we cover in all these sessions, you guys are putting to use. When the rubber meets the road. So in 50 seconds, we're going to drive our knees, relax our lower leg. Bring that cadence up. That's 75 to 85 range for a minute. As we put in a surge, either we're trying to shake one of our competitors, or you see the top of a hill. You know what? Forget it. We're trying to shake a competitor. There's some hanger-oner, and you need to shake him loose. Remora fish. 3, 2. Out of your saddle. Let's get the cadence up. Come on, guys. Get rid of that remora. Let's go. Your FTP for 1 minute, Lynn. Come on, Lynn. Relax that upper body. Release your jaw. Nobody uses your wheel for a free ride. Get away. "30 seconds. Drive your knees, relax the lower leg. Just because that fatigue's mounting doesn't mean you get ugly, Ryan. You're beautiful 23 hours, 22 hours and 55 minutes the rest of the day. Stay beautiful for this hour and 5. I'm going to come down to 88%. 3, 2, 1. Slow your feet. Back into our climb. All right. We shook loose. Created a gap. Got them off our wheel. No more drafting. And now we've settled back in. The second segment of the climb. Pressing down on that gas pedal. A little harder, but not much. Very nice, everybody. Way to stay on those pedals. Whatever foot felt weaker or less efficient in our one-legged pedaling, I want you to think about that foot right now. Think about you out on a date with your foot, going to see a movie. No, I want you to think about the execution of a relaxed, efficient pedal stroke every revolution. Isolate the thought on that weaker or less efficient leg here for a minute as you keep the cadence low. So just because you don't hear any clicks with that less efficient foot doesn't mean they're not happening. So by focusing on that foot or that leg, you're quieting that down. Anything that's being covered up by the other foot, other leg, helping it through. Nice work, everybody. Keep the cadence low. So the climb's going to flatten out a little bit here for about a half mile. And knowing the way we race that every second counts, we got to get up the race pace speed quickly as we power through this half mile flattening of the road before it hikes up again. So we'll bring that cadence back up, 75 to 85. Here we go. 5, 3, 2, out of the saddle. Come on. Once you get the cadence up, sit back down. Dial in your pedal stroke. Your body is split right down the middle. Visualize that flattening of the road. We've all climbed Latigo, all my SoCal peeps. You know, 4 miles up, it flattens for about a minute and a half before it goes up again. You're TTing Latigo. You know that's a crucial spot that you can't let pressure off those pedals. Good, 20. Come back down to 90%. Slow your feet, 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Slow your feet, 90%. Stay on the pedals. Road's hiking up again. Big, deep breaths. Relax your jaw. Keep the cadence low. Weight back in the saddle. Big deep breaths. Let that diaphragm pooch out, that belly pooch out. As you breathe in, then bring that belly button to the spine as you exhale. Horsepower, guys. Road goes up, we slow down the least. Sure, I can make you go ride 70%, 4 by 10 minutes at 70%. You have a fun time chatting to each other. But if we need to make the gains that we need to make, or you want to make the gains you want to make, you got to get uncomfortable. And uncomfortable isn't always, I got to push 130%, which happens sometimes. Foreshadowing Thursday. Uncomfortable is challenging your mind to stay efficient. Not letting your mind wander. When you start thinking about all those TPS reports you have to do today. Bringing it back to present. All right, 1 minute. Now, we have 45 athletes on this ride. 45. We're all riding in a group. All of a sudden, Sue, Amy, Lynn, Leslie, Kuno, Ellen, Alicia, Emily, Sophia, Tanya, Megan. All of a sudden, the ladies put in a huge effort. And they start to pull away. And the men got to keep up. Here we go. Visualize. Your lady, you pull away. Your man, you got to keep up. 2, 1, let's go. Put in a big effort. Stay with the group. Or put in a big effort and gap the group. Come on, visualize that feel. Get away. Or keep up. As soon as they create a gap, guys, you ain't getting back. So you got to do what it takes to hang on that tail feather. Women, these guys are constantly riding your coattails. Don't let them. Pull away. Come on. One minute, you got to stay on the effort. If you give up now, that first minute of work is all for naught. You did it for nothing. Stay on it. Come on. Efficiency, smooth, relaxed. Big deep breaths. Amazing effort. Come on. Stay on the pedals. Get 20 seconds. Women, you're going to break the men. I feel it coming. String is about to snap. 5 seconds, slow your cadence. 3, 2, 1, slow your feet, 92%. Success. Men, you kept up. Women, you made the break. Pulled away. They couldn't keep up. Choose your own ending. Last 4 minutes, 92%. Do these trainer rides. I don't want you to treat it like a Peloton class where you're just spinning in place. We want to visualize being on the road in situations where we're going to use this effort. Like in the virtual race a couple weeks ago. Without even saying anything, every time we came to a rise to the top of a climb, I was watching the watts per kilogram, whereas most other athletes would back down and recover. You guys just naturally put in an effort, pushed over the top, and got the race pace speed as quick as possible. That shows us coaches that we're ingraining the right thought process and execution into your performance. Hashtag happy coach. All right, we focused on the weaker leg last time. Let's focus on the stronger leg, the more efficient leg. Here for 1 minute. Smooth, efficient, strong pedaling with that stronger leg. Drive the knee, relax the lower leg. Cadence is low, 60 to 70. Stay on that stronger leg. One of the first things to tighten up as we fatigue is those hip flexors, because you're yanking up those pedals. Keep the hip flexors relaxed as the right foot, left foot floats up. Don't turn them on. Causing that unnecessary stress. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and spin it out. Good work, everybody. You can turn the ERG off if you want for 4 minutes, nice and easy. All right, let's get fresh. Let's get recovered. But a workout like this shows you guys, sure, we have the ERG set for us where we're gonna put in efforts, but when you have a race coming up, you need to know where you're gonna have to put in a little more work, where the slight rises are, where you're gonna have to go over, push over the top, get right back in the race pace speed, where you might be able to make a break from some of your competition. Where you can make the most out of every course. That's why doing your homework is so important. Knowing the course is so important. I've been in so many race course recon drives with athletes, and I just take it in, and they're just chatting about the weather, what they're gonna eat for dinner. And I say, guys, stop. What the hell are you doing right now? Why are you driving 56 miles to talk about shit? You can talk about at the coffee shop. Pay attention to the detail of the course. Pay attention to the road surface. Pay attention to what the wind is doing. Doesn't mean you can't chat, but it's not an hour and a half gab fest. You got to do your homework, take it serious, know the course beforehand, and know how you're going to execute at each specific moment. Talk about Oceanside. I've raced it 11 times, right? And I wasn't the fittest going in. I mean, I wasn't not doing anything, but I was training about 6 hours a week going into the race. But just knowing where to put in efforts, where to make the most out of every second on the course allowed me to stay efficient. And put in the effort where I needed to put in the effort and recover where I need to recover. And I'm not saying you need to do a race 11 times and know the course, but you need to know all this stuff that we're doing within this workout, where are you going to utilize it at certain points in the course? And obviously things come up and you got to adapt on the fly, adjust on the fly as you go, but just having that foundation of knowledge helps you get the most out of your performance. So something to think about as the races keep coming weekend after weekend here. Do your homework, know the course. So let's go back into our 20-minute effort. This time we're going to come down. Same numbers, but we start high and finish low. We come the other way. So we're going to go 92%, cadence low. Slow your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 92%. Slow your feet, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Challenge that strength. You feel those hip flexors tightening up. If you feel them clenching, get out of your TT position. Open up your hip flexors. We're climbing right now. So 1, 2, maybe 3%. You'll be TT, but anything above that, you're going to get up, hunker back on the saddle, and drive those knees down with that displaced weight over the bottom bracket. The nice light grip on the bars, relax your shoulders, release your traps, the muscles next to your neck. Relax your jaw, wiggle your fingers. Make sure that weight is back over the saddle. As you drive the knee down, you're dropping the heel with that relaxed ankle. As the heel comes to the bottom of the pedal stroke, pull that heel under. So dropping the heel, pulling it under the bottom. Right leg, left leg. As the heel comes under, release the foot, float it up the back of the pedal stroke. Drive the heel, drop the heel, Pull it under, release the foot up. 3 quadrants. As the foot floats up the back, you start to come to the top of the pedal stroke. Relaxingly flop that foot through the top. Float the foot up. Go up, flop it through the top. Cadence low. Focus on your left foot only. Drop the heel. Pull it under. Release it up. Flop through the top. Over to the right foot, drop your heel. Pull it under. Release it up. Float it through the top. Bring those toes to the front of your shoe as the foot floats through the top. All right. Pushing over the top of the short climb. Let's get up to speed quick. Push over the top. 3, 2. Out of the saddle. Come on. Cadence up. Every second counts. Find your flow. Come on, guys. It hurts for everybody, but we can sustain that hurt for the longest. Efficient pedaling with your left foot. Drop the heel, pull it under. Release it up, float it through the top. Left foot. Over to the right foot. Full pedal stroke. Efficient. Smooth. Good. Stay on that right foot. Back into another roller. 5 seconds. 3, 2. Slow your feet. 90%. Stay on the pedals, guys. Come on. Cadence 60 to 70. We're going up. You athletes racing St. George next week. Perfect example of what's thought to be a hard course. Keep the pressure on the pedals and make the most out of every second. It's actually an extremely fast course. But you gotta consciously ride every second of it. All I want you to do on the left foot is focus on dropping your heel as you drive the knee down, then pulling the heel under. Active power. Left foot. Drive the knee down, drop the heel, pull the heel under the pedal stroke. So you combine those two quadrants, count it out to yourself. 40 pedal strokes. Drop the heel, pull it under. Count to yourself for 40 pedal strokes. Go. Over to the right. Drive the knee down, drop the heel, pull the heel under. 40 pedal strokes on the right. Count to yourself. Go. All right, right, left. Drop the heel, pull it under. Left side, right side. All right, your group is going to try and pull away. You got to work for 90 seconds to hang on. Visualize it, guys. You got to work. 3, 2, 1. Come on. They pull away. Everything you did to this point is for nothing. Cadence 75 to 85. You got to work to stay with the group. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few for the one. Jason's like, God, he pulls out a Spock reference at this point. Come on. Stay relaxed as you drive those knees. Drop the heel, pull it under. Come on, Santiago. Vámonos. Good focus, everybody. Sit, Sean. Slow your feet to 88%. 3, 2, 1. The group's backing it off a little bit. They're settling back in. for that steady climb effort. You hung on real nice, but you can't let off the pressure now. Not FTP, but you're still climbing at a high tempo pace. Keep the cadence low, guys. Don't let the slightly lower power persuade you to bring that cadence up. 60 to 70. Working that muscular resiliency. All right, let's work the other side of the pedal stroke. Release your foot, float your knee up, relax your hip flexor. As you come to the top, float your knee forward through the top of the pedal stroke. Think about your left leg. Float the knee up, float it through the top. Count to yourself for 40 pedal strokes. Up and through the top. Let's go. Over the right. Float the knee up, float it through the top. 40 pedal strokes. Count to yourself. Let's go. Cadence low. I see some of that cadence creeping up. Don't let it. Upper body's relaxed. In unison, float the knees up. Float them through the top. Release the foot. Here we go, 10 seconds. The group is going to try and shed you one more time. Stay with them. 3, 2, 1. Out of the saddle, cadence up. Come on. You got to hunker down. Make it through this minute. You have a chance for the podium. You made it this far. You don't let that string break now. Come on, effort, guys. Let's go. Float the foot up, float it forward. Drop the heel, pull it under. Five seconds. 85%. 3, 2. Slow your feet. Slow it, guys. Come on. Slow your feet. Stay on the pedals. Got to finish the climb. There we go. Very nice. All right, full pedal stroke on your left leg. Float the knee up, float it forward, drive the knee down, pull the heel under. I want you to count 30 pedal strokes with your left leg. Perfect execution, everyone. Let's go. Over to the right leg. Float the knee up, float it forward, drive the knee down, pull the heel under, right leg. 30 pedal strokes. Let's go. Cadence slow. Good. All right, you're gonna go back to your weaker leg, your less efficient leg. And you're gonna focus on that leg. Perfect pedaling, relaxed, smooth, efficient pedaling with that weaker leg. Focus on that now. All right, everybody bring your cadence up. 5 to 7 RPM. Drive your knees. Perfect smooth pedaling. Cadence should be in the high 60s, low 70s. Let's bring it up a little more. Come on. Drive your knees. 10 seconds. Bring it up again. Let's go. Now we're moving our feet. 3, 2, and spin it out. Very nice, everybody. Know the course. We have all these tools in our toolbox. By knowing the course, we have an idea as to where we're going to need to pull each one out. We don't just go in blind. We don't do all this work to go in and just be grabbing in the dark on race day. Joe, football team always goes into a game with a plan, right? Joe, Coach Joe. Coach Joe is taking a nap. Coach Joe, football team always goes into a game with a plan, right? You go into it doing your homework, knowing how you're going to execute. Same here. We have a grasp of what skills we're going to use, what tools we're going to use at the different spots on the course, swimming, biking, running. We can talk about that more at 2 p.m. Also, guys, remember we have our kit order. Get your kit orders in by midnight today, midnight Pacific time. Only time zone that gives you more time to get it in will be Hawaii time. So we have plenty of time to get it in. Get that kit order in. The link is everywhere. I sent it out multiple times. It's on social media. We'll share it again on the 2 p.m. call. let's rock those team kits here in a few weeks. We'll talk about plenty of good stuff on the 2 p.m. call, so join in. If you can't join live, I'll have the recording up shortly afterwards. But awesome work, guys. Way to apply yourself, way to build those skills, work on those tools, and build that into your psyche as to when to use them. So we'll see you guys at 2 p.m. Amazing job. Let's keep building. Let's keep building that horsepower. Love you guys. Bye.